Math, 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 math.
Oh, hey guys. Sorry, I'm a little bored. Wanted to see how many of these coconut shavings I could fit in my beard. Oh, loosen them one by one. So anyway, today in this video we're going to be going over how to write a rule using table of values. So let's get going. Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be writing a rule using the table of values. The only rule that we'll be using in this video is y is equal to ax plus b. Now what I want you guys to remember is that x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. Alright? So if we look at our table, on our left is the x column and on our right is the y column. Those two places never switch. X is always on the left, y is always on the right. So in our equation, y is equal to ax plus b, a is equal to the change in y over the change in x. This gives us the rate of change. So if we look at the table that we have down here on the bottom left, our x value goes up by 1 each time, because 0 plus 1 gives us 1, 1 plus 1 gives us 2, and so on and so forth. If we look at our y column goes up by 2 each time. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, and so on and so forth. So now we need to figure out what our rate of change is. So we have our change in y divided by our change in x. Well, we can see our change in y is going up by 2, and our change in x is going up by 1. So we just do 2 divided by 1. 2 divided by 1 gives us 2, and we just figured out that a is equal to 2 in our rule. So we figured out that a equals 2, and we figured out that b also equals 2. So when we plug that into our rule, this is what we get. So our rule is y is equal to ax plus b. So we take away that a, and we put in the 2 that we just got from the change in y over the change in x. And now for the b, well, we figured out when x is 0, y is 2. We figured out that b was equal to 2. We take away that b, and we put in our 2. Now we need to check our rule. So let's just say x is equal to 0. So we look at our table, and we say x is equal to 0. And our rule is y is equal to 2x plus 2. So we swap out that x and put in the 0. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 2 gives us 2. Right now, when x is 0, y is 2. So far it looks like our rule is okay. But let's make sure, let's check again. So we let x equal to 1. So our rule is still y is equal to 2x plus 2. And we have y is equal to 2 times 1 plus 2. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 2, y equals 4. When x is 1, y is equal to 4, our rule looks right. And if we kept doing it, we would find out that our rule is correct all the way through. So we're good. Now let's do a practice problem. So here's our practice problem. So Mr. Elkin is a hipster, clearly. His beard grows 3 millimeters every week. His beard is already 6 millimeters long. So you need to make a table of values and write a rule for this situation. Now we know the first thing we need to find out is what the independent and dependent variable are. Well, we had our sentence from the last video. The independent variable produces a change in the dependent variable, right? So let's just take away independent variable and put in, let's say, the number of weeks. And let's take away the dependent variable and put in the length of my beard. So the number of weeks produces a change in the length of my beard. This sounds like it makes sense. If I switch it and said the length of the beard produces a change in the number of weeks, that doesn't sound right. So we know the setup that we have now is correct. So now we're going to go and actually make the table and write our rule. Alright? Alright guys, so you can pause the video and you can actually go and try and solve this problem yourself, but I'm going to actually solve it now. So we have that I'm a hipster, my beard grows 3 millimeters every week, his beard is already 6 millimeters long, make a table of values and write the rule for this situation. Well, right off the bat, we already know that what our independent and dependent variable were. We figured out before. Number of weeks is my independent and the length of my beard is the dependent. And now let's look at the problem. Well, first thing it says that right at the beginning my beard is already 6 meters long. So after 0 weeks, we can already say that my beard is 6 millimeters long. Now we can keep looking. Now it says it goes 3 millimeters every week. Well, after 1 week, we're going to add, we should get it being 9 millimeters. And then at 2 weeks, it should be 12. And then each time it's just going to go up. So we've got our table. Now what we need to do is we need to come up with our rule. Well, we already said that y is equal to ax plus b. So we know that for a, it's the change in y over the change in x. So let's go look at that. Well, our x is going up each time, we can see, by 1. And our y is going up by each time by 3. So the change in y is 3 over 1. And 3 divided by 1 gives us 3. So we've already figured out what our a is. Now we need to figure out what our b is. Well, we said for b is equal to, when x is 0, what do we have for y? Well, when x is 0, y is 6. So our b has to be 6. We now have all the elements we need to write our rule. So we can go and say, well, if y is equal to ax plus b, we swap out our a, and we just figured out that our a was 3, and we swap out our b, and we just figured out that our b is 6. We know that our rule is y is equal to 3x plus 6. But now we still need to test it. We need to check it. We talked about this. So let's just erase this stuff. Alright, so let's go and look at 0. So when y is equal to 3, and we take from our column here 0, 3 times 0 plus 6, well, 3 times 0 is 0, plus 6, y is equal to 6. So when x is 0, y is 6. Well, we have the same thing. So let's try a different one. Let's see if it's 2. So y is equal to 3x plus 6. We replace our x with the 2 that we have right here, plus 6. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 6 gives us 12. Y is equal to 12. When x is 2, y is 12. Oh, we have the same thing. And that's pretty much it. So we found our rule, we did our table of values, and we came up with our answer. And that's it, we're good. And the nice thing is, you can use this to figure out anything. So if we want to know how long my beard would be after 10 weeks, we could just use our rule and say y is equal to 3. We would take our x column, we'd look for a 10. So y equals 3 times 10 is 30 plus 6. So my beard would be 36 millimeters long. I'd end up looking like Gandalf. So that's it. I hope this video helped you guys out, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright? Take care.